Welcome to the Agrawal classes. I am Ajit Agrawal. Today in the fluid machinery class we will solve some numericals on the impulse turbine. Question number 5. The water available for Pelton wheel is 4 meter cube per second and the total head from the reservoir to the nozzle is 250 meter. The turbine has 2 runners with 2 jets per runner. All the 4 jets have the same diameters. The pipe is 3 km long. The efficiency of transmission through the pipeline and the nozzle is 91% and the efficiency of each runner is 90%. The velocity coefficient of each nozzle is 0.975 and the coefficient of friction 4F for the pipe is 0.0045. Determine 1. The power developed by the turbine, 2. The diameter of the jet, and 3. The diameter of the pipeline. In the question number 5, it is given that the rate of flow is 4 meter cube per second. The gross head is given as 250 meters. Total number of jets is given as 2 into 2, 2 per runner and 2 runners, so 4 number of jets. Length of the pipe of the penstock is 3 km, that is 3000 meters. The efficiency of transmission, that is the water coming from the dam up to the nozzle, the efficiency is 91% and the efficiency of each runner, that is the hydraulic efficiency of each runner, is given as 90%. The coefficient of velocity CV is given as 0.975 and the coefficient of friction as 4F is given as 0.045, and we have to find out in this case the power developed by the turbine, the diameter of the jet, and the diameter of the pipeline. So first we will try to evaluate the power developed by the runner. Power developed by the runner. The efficiency of power transmission, we can write as Hg minus Hf upon Hg, that is, this is the net head available at the turbine nozzle and this is the gross head. So this is the efficiency of transmission, and Hf we can say as the loss of head due to friction. So we'll substitute the values here. Efficiency is given as 91, gross head is 250 and upon 250. So we can calculate the value of Hf. Hf is coming out to be 22.5 meter. So net head on the turbine is equals to Hg minus Hf. Hg we know as 250 gross head minus loss in the friction is 22.5. So the net head on the turbine is 227.5 meter. The velocity of the jet V1 is given as CV square root of 2gh, where h is the net head. So CV is given as 0.975 multiplied by square root of 2 into 9.81 into h 227.5 So this comes out to be equals to 65.14 meter per second. Now the water power will be equals to the kinetic energy of the jet. Water power will be equals to the kinetic energy of the jet, as whatever the power is available on the water, that we are converting into the kinetic energy of the jet. So water power is equals to 1 by 2 m1 v1 square, and kinetic energy of the jet is 1 by 2 rho q v1 square. So when we substitute the values, we get the water power as 1 by 2 into 1000 for the water, rho into q 4 meter cube per second is given, and multiplied by velocity 60.5.14 square. So this will be the water power, and that is the equals to the kinetic energy of the jet. So it comes out to be 8486439 joules per second, or we can say as watt. R is equals to 8486.439 kilowatt. So that is the power available at the turbine shaft. The power available at the runner or at the nozzle, exit of the nozzle. Now the hydraulic efficiency of the turbine is given as the power developed by the turbine divided by the water power which we are supplying at the nozzle, water power. So power developed by the turbine we don't know, but we know the water power as this, and we know the hydraulic efficiency is 90%. So it is 0.90 into power developed by the turbine upon water power. So it is 8486.439 kilowatt. So power developed by the turbine will be equals to 8486 multiplied by 0.9. So it is coming out to be 7637.8 kilowatt. So that is the power developed by the runner. Now second, to find out the diameter of the jet, say di, the diameter of the jet, say di. We know discharge per jet is equals to total discharge divided by number of jet, total discharge divided by number of jets. In this case, the total discharge is 4 meter cube per second and number of jets are 4. So the discharge will be per jet 1 meter cube per second. Now we also know that the Q, that is discharge per jet, is equals to area into velocity. So A into V1, and we'll substitute the values. So it is Q is 1 meter cube per jet equals to pi by 4 into say di square or dj square, diameter of the jet, into pi by 4 d square into V1. V1 we had calculated as 65 0.14 meter per second. So from this we can calculate the diameter of the jet as 0.14 meter. Now in the question it is asked to find out the diameter of the pipeline. The diameter of the pipeline, that is the penstock diameter. So we know the head loss due to friction is given by the formula 4FL V square upon D into 2G, and velocity V is the velocity of the flow in the pipeline. So V we can find out by equation, say velocity of water in the pipeline is equals to the water going out per second through the pipeline divided by the area. So this will be equals to Q upon pi by 4 D square area. So this will become 4Q upon pi D square. So this will be the velocity of the flow in the penstock pipeline. Now we will substitute this value V. We know the length, we know this diameter also. So we will find out the value of diameter. HF is equals to 4 into F is given as 0.0045 multiplied by L, it is given as 3 kilometers, so it meters, multiplied by V square, so 4Q upon pi D square whole square, so 4F into L into V divided by D into 2 into 9.81, and HF we know it is equals to 22.5. So when you will solve this, you will get D to the power 5 equals to 12.85 divided by 22.5, or we can say D equals to 0.955 meter. So this way we can solve it, the diameter of the penstock or diameter of the pipeline. Question number 6. A single jet Pelton wheel run at 300 rpm under a head of 510 meter. The jet diameter is 200 mm. Its deflection inside the bucket is 165 degree and its relative velocity is reduced by 15% due to friction. Determine 1. Water power, 2. Resultant force on the bucket, and 3rd the overall efficiency. Take coefficient of velocity equals to 0.98 and speed ratio equals to 0.46. In the question number 6, it is given that a speed of the wheel, that is the turbine, speed of the wheel is 300 rpm. The diameter of the jet is 200 millimeter, that is 0.2 meter, and net head is equals to 510 meter. Angle of deflection of the jet, that is phi, is angle of deflection of the jet is 165 degree. So phi is equals to 180 minus 165 equals to 15 degree. Now reduction of the relative velocity due to friction is 15%, that is VR2 is 0.85 of VR1. 15% reduction in the relative velocity when it is passing through this bucket. And mechanical losses are given as 3%. The coefficient of velocity is given as 0.98 and speed ratio Ku is given as 0.046, and we have to find out the water power, resultant force on the bucket, and the overall efficiency. So first, to find out the water power, we will find out the velocity of the discharge, and then from that we will find out the discharge. So to find out the water power, velocity of the jet at inlet is given as Cv square root of 2gh. We will substitute the values. Cv is equals to 0.98 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 9.81 multiplied by the head. Head is given as 510 meters. So the velocity comes out to be 98 meter per second. The discharge through the Pelton wheel will be given as the area of the jet multiplied by the velocity of the jet, that is V1. So area we know pi by 4 into d square, so it is 0.2 meter multiplied by 98. So the discharge comes out to be 3.078 meter cube per second. Then the water power is given as W into Q into H. The value of W is 9810, that is W is equals to rho into G, multiplied by Q we had calculated, multiplied by the head, it is given as 510. So the water power comes out to be 153,995,00 watt or 15399.5 kilowatt. So that is the first water power. Now to find out the resultant force on the bucket, peripheral speed of the wheel U is equals to Ku into square root of 2gh. So it is equals to 0.46 multiplied by 2 into 9.81 into 510. So this comes out to be 46 meter per second. And at the inlet we have to draw the velocity diagram at the inlet. This is the inlet diagram. Here it is V1 and this is U1 or U1 equals to U2. This is VR1 relative velocity at the inlet, and this is equals to VW1. This is the velocity diagram for the inlet. Okay, so from this particular figure we can say at the inlet of the turbine VW1 is equals to V1 and is equals to 98 meters per second, and VR1 is equals to V1 minus U. So it is 98 minus 46 equals to 52 meter per second. That is about the inlet. Now at the exit, we know phi is equals to 180 minus 165, that is 15 degrees, and that is the blade angle at the exit. It is given that VR2 is equals to 0.85 of VR1. It is given that 15% loss is taking place in the blade. So VR2 will be equals to 0.85 multiplied by 52 meter per second is equals to 44.2 meter per second. Now VR2 cos phi is less than the blade speed u. This is 44, and cos 15 if we will multiply, then it is going to be less still, as VR2 still is less than the u. So VR2 cos phi will be definitely less than u. So as VR2 cos phi is less than u, the velocity triangle outlet will be like this. Here this is the u and this is VR2 cos phi. So velocity triangle will be like this, and the value of beta will be more than 90 degree. But in some of the questions we had seen that VR2 cos phi is greater than u. So in that case the beta value is less than 90 degrees. So in this particular case, as VR2 cos phi is less than u, so this will be the velocity triangle, and from this velocity triangle we can find out VW2 is equals to u2 minus VR2 cos phi. u2 and u are the same, so it will be equals to 46 minus 44.2 cos of 15 degree, so that comes out to be 3.31 meter per second, and this is in this direction. So 3.31 meter per second. The resultant force on the bucket now is equals to P rho into Q multiplied by VW1 minus VW2. Okay, so we will substitute the values. It is 1000 into the discharge is 3.078 as we had calculated, multiplied by VW1, that is 98, minus VW2 is 3.31. So this force comes out to be 291,455.8 Newton, or we can say 291.455 kilonewton. So this will be the resultant force on the bucket. Question number 7. A Pelton wheel running at 480 rpm and operating under an available head of 420 meter is required to develop 4800 kilowatt. There are two equal jets and the bucket deflection angle is 165 degree. The overall efficiency is 85% when the water is discharged from the wheel in a direction parallel to the axis of rotation. The coefficient of velocity of nozzle is 0.97 and the blade speed ratio is 0.46. The relative velocity of water at exit from the bracket is 0.86 times the relative velocity at inlet. Calculate 1. the cross-sectional area of each jet, second, bucket pitch circle diameter, and third, hydraulic efficiency of the turbine. In the question number 7, it is given that the speed of the wheel is equals to 480 rpm, the available head is equals to 420 meter, the shaft power is equals to 4800 kilowatt, the angle of deflection is 165 degree, the overall efficiency is 85%, the coefficient of velocity is 0.97 and speed ratio is given as 0.46. The relative velocity at the exit is equals to 0.86 times the relative velocity at inlet, and we have to find out the cross-sectional area of each jet. That is, first we have to find out the number of jets, then the second is bucket pitch circle diameter, and third is the hydraulic efficiency of the turbine. So first, to find out the cross-sectional area of each jet, say that area is A. The shaft power is equals to W into Q into H into overall efficiency. So from this we can find out Q equals to shaft power divided by W into H into overall efficiency. The shaft power is given as 4800 into 10 to the power 3 divided by W 9810, that is W equals to rho into G into H is given as 420 and overall efficiency is given as 85%, 0.85. So the value of Q comes out to be 1.37 meter cube per second. Now velocity of jet at the inlet is given as CV is square root of 2gh. So CV is given as 0.97 into 2 into 9.81 into 420 is equals to 88.05 meter per second, velocity of jet. Now the total discharge Q is equals to the discharge through one jet, that is area of the jet multiplied by velocity, and then n number of jets. In this case the number of jets are given as 2, so area will be equals to 1.37 divided by V1, that is 88.05 multiplied by 2, the number of jets. So it is equals to 7.779 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter square, that is the area. Only the area is required, so we are finding out the area. If the diameter is required, then we will equate this with pi by 4d square and we'll find out the value of d. Then second is asked is the bucket pitch circle diameter, bucket pitch circle diameter, the say d. We know that the speed of the bucket is given as Ku into square root of 2gh. Ku is given as 0.46 into square root of 2 into 9.81 into 420. So this comes out to be equals to 41.76 meter per second and that is equals to pi dn by 60. From this we can calculate the diameter as 41.76 multiplied by 60 divided by pi divided by n, 480. So diameter of the jet is coming out to be 1.66 meter. And third is required is the hydraulic efficiency of the turbine. Hydraulic efficiency of the turbine is given as 2 V1 minus U into 1 plus K cos phi into U divided by V1 square. So value of phi will be equals to 180 degree minus 165, that is 15 degree. So we will substitute the values. 2 into V1 is equals to 88.05 minus U 41.76 into 1 plus K is the 0.86, where the velocity reduction in the blade, relative velocity reduction in the jet, ratio of the relative velocity reduction. So it is 0.86 multiplied by cos of 15 degree multiplied by U 41.76 divided by V1 square 88.05 square. So this comes out to be equals to 0.913, or we can say 91.3% is the hydraulic efficiency of the turbine. Question number 8. The following data relate to a Pelton wheel. Head at the base of the nozzle equals to 82 meter. The diameter of the jet is 100 millimeter. Discharge of the nozzle is 0.30 meter cube per second. Shaft power is equals to 206 kilowatt. Power absorbed in mechanical resistance is 4.5 kilowatt. Determine 1. Power loss in nozzle, and 2. Power lost due to hydraulic resistance in water. In the question number 8, it is given that the head at the base of the nozzle, that is Hj, is equals to 82 meter. The diameter of the jet is equals to 100 millimeter, is equals to 0.1 meter, and area of the jet, if we wish to calculate, then it will be equals to A equals to pi by 4 d square, that is 0.007854 meter square, that is the area. Discharge is given as 0.30 meter cube per second, and the shaft power P is given as 206 kilowatt, and the power absorbed in mechanical resistance, power absorbed in mechanical resistance is given as 4.5 kilowatt, and we had to find out the power lost in the nozzle and power lost due to hydraulic resistance in water. So first we will try to find out the power lost in the nozzle. So first we will find out the velocity of the jet. So the Q discharge is given as the area of the jet multiplied by the velocity of the jet. So from this 0.30 is the volume flowing through the nozzle is equals to area of the jet is equals to 0.00784 multiplied by V1. So V1 comes out to be 38.2 meter per second. Now power available at the base of the nozzle, power available at the base of the nozzle is given as WQ into H1, that is equals to 9.81 multiplied by 0.30 multiplied by 82. So it is 241.3 kilowatt. Here we had written down 9.81, W equals to rho into G. So it will be 1000 into 9.81. We had divided it by 1000 to make it kilo. So here we have written down W as 9.81 only. So this power comes out in kilowatt. Now power corresponding to the kinetic energy of the jet, power corresponding to the kinetic energy of the jet will be given by 1 by 2 mv square. So 1 by 2 WQ, mass flow rate, by G, weight divided by G. So mass 1 by 2 mass into V, that is V1 square. So it will be equals to 1 by 2 into W is 1000 into 9.81 divided by 9.81 into Q is given as 0.3 multiplied by V1, that is 38.2 whole square. So this comes out to be equals to 218.9 kilowatt. Okay. So power corresponding to the kinetic energy of the jet is 218.9 and power available at the base of the nozzle is 241.3. So from this we can find out the power lost in the nozzle. Power lost in the nozzle will be equals to the power available at the nozzle 241.3 minus power converted into kinetic energy as 218.9. So this comes out to be equals to 22.4 kilowatt. That is the power lost in the nozzle. Now we have to calculate power loss due to hydraulic resistance in water. We know that the power at the base of the nozzle will be equals to the shaft power plus power lost in the runner plus power lost in the nozzle plus power lost in mechanical friction. Okay, so we will substitute the value. Power loss at the base of the nozzle 241.3 that we calculated. Power shaft power is given as 206 kilowatt. Power lost in the runner that we had to calculate, the power lost in the nozzle is given as 22.4 plus mechanical frictional losses or mechanical resistance. Power absorbed in mechanical resistance is 4.5 kilowatt. So power lost in the runner will be equals to 241.3 minus 206 minus 22.4 minus 4.5. So this will be equals to 8.4 kilowatt. So this is the power lost in the runner.